Hi, welcome to Gasgoo. In this episode of the Wheels of Change, Story of Chinese Auto Giants series, we will explore the growth journey of Guangzhou Automobile Group Corporation Limited. In recent years, GAC's development has been marked by a steady increase in the sales of its self-owned Chuanqi and Ion brands. This growth stems not only from continuous improvements to the product system, but also from GAC's deep integration into the core industrial chain for new energy vehicles. GAC Group has adopted a three-pronged strategy involving independent R&D, joint venture cooperation, and investment and acquisition to comprehensively engage in the integrated connected new energy vehicle sector. This approach has yielded multiple innovative solutions, such as quark electric drive, 5C flash charging, mechanizing battery, Xingning EE architecture, and the RD-Go intelligent driving ecosystem, spanning core areas from raw materials and key new energy vehicle components to chips, software, and intelligent driving technologies. Initially, GAC's engagement in the key components for new energy vehicles was primarily through joint venture partnerships, which bore fruits like GAC CATL, CATL GAC, and the Guangzhou Nedic Auto Drive System. Starting from 2020, GAC began building its own R&D system. That September, in collaboration with the third-party strategy partnership shareholder platform, GAC established Greater Bay Technology, marking its venture into in-house R&D of power battery. Over the next 2 years, GAC founded in-pipe battery technology and repipe power technology, advancing its own capability in battery and electric drive system. Notably, in-pipe battery factory, with a planned annual capacity of 36 GW, began operations in December 2023. Initially set to produce 6 GW, it aims to eventually meet the battery needs for 600,000 new energy vehicles annually. The magazine batteries made by the factory are already being installed onto some car models under GAC Ion and GAC Motor. It's also noteworthy that as GAC's capabilities in battery R&D advanced, one of its joint ventures with CATL, GAC CATL, was dissolved in June 2023. Repipe's intelligent electric drive factory opened for business in January 2024, signifying GAC Ion's complete self-sufficiency in the key components for new energy vehicles. The facility's first product, the Quark M25 Super Electric Drive, will be used in hyper-branded models first. With the rapid development of new energy vehicles, the demand for energy replenishment of battery recycling is set to grow significantly. In response, GAC established U-Power Energy in 2023 to develop a vertical integrated industrial chain that spans from lithium mining and battery materials production to battery manufacturing, energy storage, service of charging, battery swapping, battery rental, as well as battery recycling and reuse. Currently, U-Power Energy focuses on battery production and power services. Beyond operating in-pipe batteries factory, it has secured mining rights in Zunyi City, Guangzhou Province, with 5 more mines to be settled by the first half of 2024, so as to secure basic materials for the lithium battery production. Regarding power service, U-Power Energy has established 979 EV charging stations by 2023, with a goal of reaching 2,000 by 2025. It also aims to expand from 62 battery swapping stations to 500 by 2025. In addition, alongside GAC Ion's car models that support separate operation of battery and cars, U-Power Energy launched a battery bank and introduced a battery leasing service in September 2023. Moving forward, it will explore smart car home energy solutions to further enhance its ecosystem. In the realm of intelligent technologies, GAC has been actively engaged through a blend of in-house R&D moves and strategic partnership for over a decade. A key achievement is the RD-Go intelligent and interconnected driving system, which was launched in 2019, with its R&D spearheaded by GAC and supported by strategic partners. such as Tencent and Huawei. This system includes RDGo Pilot for intelligent driving and RDGo Space for smart cockpits. The RDGo Pilot has evolved significantly over the past few years, supporting R&D of Level 2 to Level 4 autonomous driving technologies across various scenarios, including parking, expressways, highways, and urban roads. This technology is featured in models such as Hyper GT, Hyper HT, 传奇 E-Cool, 传奇 E9, Ion V, and Ion LX. Building on this foundation, GAC is now advancing to the R&D of Level 3 and higher-level autonomous driving technologies. GAC has also established the X Lab and has formed deep partnership with companies like Didi Autonomous Driving, WinRide, and Pony.ai AI to push forward the R&D of advanced self-driving technologies. It has already launched robotaxi pilot service in Guangzhou and Shenzhen cities through its all-time mobility service platform. On April 7, 2024, Guangzhou Andy Technology Company, the joint venture between Didi Autonomous Driving and GAC Ion, announced that it had officially received its business license. The company's first commercial Level 4 autonomous car model has completed its product definition and is undergoing joint design reviews, with plans for volume production by 2025. In the intelligent cockpit sector, GAC's RDGo Space has been successfully installed in multiple models across the 传奇, Ion, and Hyper brands. The 传奇 M8 Grandmaster Pioneer Edition features Huawei's in-car modules and the harmonious OS operation system. Beyond these applications, GAC has explored cutting-edge technologies in recent years, including hydrogen-fueled engines, ammonia-fueled engines, high-volume cobalt-free battery, solid-state battery, robots, and flying cars. In the flying car sector, GAC completed the global debut flight of its flying car Goer in 2023, following over 300 testing flights. Looking ahead, GAC plans to initiate flying car demonstrations in 2025 and aims to launch a comprehensive multi-layered smart mobility service network that integrates ground transportation and air travel across 2 to 3 cities in the Guangzhou, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area by 2027. This relentless pursuit of innovation is underscored by GAC's robust R&D system. The group has established a global R&D network that centers on the Guangzhou-based GAC R&D Center, which is supported by the R&D centers in Los Angeles, Milan, GAC Advanced Design Studio in Shanghai, and GAC Intelligent Connected Studio in Xiamen. This network harnesses the expertise of over 5,000 R&D professionals from more than 10 countries, with a total investment of over 45 billion yuan in independent R&D. Going forward, GAC plans to further enhance its tech talent pool, aiming to expand its global R&D team to over 6,400 by 2025. In the past few decades, China's automotive industry has laid a solid foundation through technology for market approach and various joint venture collaboration with global companies. Today, propelled by the surge in the intelligent electric vehicle sector, domestic companies are seizing the early mover advantage to pioneer core technological innovations, and also seeking to build a full industrial chain in overseas markets through technology, service, and product exports. GAC Group is at the core front of this movement. In August 2023, GAC Group unveiled its ambitious 1551 strategy, setting a goal to sell 500,000 vehicles by 2030 and gaining a firm foothold in 5 major markets of Europe, Asia Pacific, CIS, Middle East, and Africa, the Central and South America. This strategy includes deep engagements in at least 12 strategic markets, each with a sales scale of around 100,000 vehicles. For Europe, GAC plans to enter with full electric vehicle models, focusing on Western Europe. In the Asia Pacific, the group's foray will start with both oil-fueled vehicles and all-electric ones, with plans to set up production bases in Malaysia, Thailand, and Myanmar, covering Asian countries and building key markets in Thailand, Malaysia, and Philippines and Indonesia. In the Middle East and Africa, GAC will leverage its Dubai branch and overseas parts warehouses to further development such markets as Saudi Arabia and UAE, while also operating semi-lockdown factories in Nigeria and Tunisia, and pushing for completely lockdown factories layouts in Egypt and South Africa. In Central and South Africa, the focus will be on the Mexico and Chile. In the CIS region, the focus will be mainly on the Russia, prioritizing CPU in the short term. Around the same time, GAC Iron shipped the first 100 Iron Y Plus vehicles to Thailand and signed agreements with 7 dealers in Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Singapore, making the official kickoff of its Southeast Asia strategy. In December 2023, GAC Iron officially entered the Cambodia market, and in January 2024, GAC Motor inaugurated its new office in Mexico. In February, GAC Iron announced the groundbreaking for its factory in Rayong Industry Park, Thailand. As GAC Iron's first overseas production base, the Thailand plant is designed with an annual capacity of 50,000 vehicles to be built in 2 phases. The first phase is set to be completed by July this year, starting with the production of the right-hand drive Iron Y Plus. By year-end, GAC Iron expects to have 167 overseas sales outlets, aiming to export 3,500 new energy vehicles to the Southeast Asia market. Although GAC Iron's overseas expansion started in 2023, in fact, GAC embarked on its global journey much earlier, initially focusing on the Changan brand. In September 2013, GAC Motor exported 115 Changan branded vehicles to Kuwait, making its first volume export. Since then, GAC has established a presence in nearly 40 countries and regions across the Middle East, Americas, Africa, Southeast Asia, and Eastern Europe. According to data applied by Gasgoo Auto Research Institute, in 2023, GAC exported 55,366 passenger vehicles under its self-owned brands, with the Changan brand accounting for 51,399 units and GAC Iron for 3,967 units, still focusing on oil-fueled vehicles. In 2023, GAC's wholly owned passenger vehicle brands scored to 67.75% year-on-year spark in annual export volume. Nevertheless, this performance don't stand out when compared to other domestic companies such as Chery, GAC Motor passenger vehicles, and Geely. And for the reason leading to the tepid performance, analysis at the Gasgoo Auto Research Institute suggested that GAC's Sino-Japanese joint ventures operation performed well for a long time, but in the early stage of the new energy vehicles era, GAC Iron's strategy was heavily relied on the B2B sector, making GAC prioritize the domestic market while neglecting opportunities in global markets. Now GAC is catching up in exports, but considering the complexity and the volatility of overseas markets, along with the huge investment and return period required for initial setups, it might take some time for the group to establish a new growth driver through international business expansion. From selling 350,000 units in 2020, which constitutes 17% of the group's total sales, to 890,000 units in 2023, which accounted for nearly 36% of the overall sales. GAC Motor and GAC Iron are becoming the backbone forces for the group's ambition to hit the 1 trillion RMB revenue by 2030. However, despite the struggling performance of GAC's wholly owned brands, some challenges lie beneath the surface. Profitability is a main concern. Historically, GAC has relied heavily on its joint ventures during the era of oil-fueled vehicles, with subsidiaries like GAC Honda and GAC Toyota being major contributors to its revenue and profits. From 2014 to 2018, with joint efforts from both self-owned brands and joint ventures, GAC's total sales surged from 1 million to 2 million vehicles. This growth boosted GAC's revenue from 22.4 billion yuan in 2014 to over 70 billion yuan in 2018. The net profits soared from 3 billion yuan to around 10 billion yuan. During this period, earnings from investments, its associated companies, and joint ventures were sustainable, rising from 4.1 billion yuan in 2014 to 8.7 billion yuan in 2018. Even in 2018, when GAC Motors sales reached a record high of 535,000 vehicles, income from these investments still accounted for 80% of the group's net profits attributed to shareholders. In 2019, GAC Motor saw its annual vehicle sales tumbled around 150,000 units compared to 2018, leading to a plunge in both revenue and profits of the group, which reached 59.23 billion yuan and 6.62 billion yuan, respectively. That year, income from associated companies and joint ventures was as high as 9.39 billion yuan, significantly cushioned the losses of their own brand business. From 2020, GAC's performance embarked on another upward trajectory, achieving revenue of 110 billion yuan in 2022, with net profits of 8.068 billion RMB. During this period, the wholly owned brand sector, particularly GAC Iron, saw significant growth, reporting revenue of 5.61 billion RMB, 17.2 billion RMB, and 38.7 billion RMB in the 3 years. However, this revenue growth did not translate significantly into profits. According to GAC Group's financial results, from 2019 to 2022, GAC Iron recorded net losses of 621 million RMB, 688 million RMB, and 1.389 billion RMB, respectively, totaling 2.697 billion RMB. The group's main profit growth still heavily relied on associated companies and joint ventures, with investment incomes of 9.57 billion RMB, 11.4 billion RMB, and 13.48 billion RMB from 2020 to 2022. In 2023, GAC Group reported robust revenue of 129.7 billion RMB, marking a 17.62% year-on-year increase. This growth was bolstered by notable sales from GAC Motor and GAC Iron, which sold 406,500 and 480,000 vehicles, respectively. Despite this strong performance, its annual net profit tripled to just 4.4 billion RMB, nearly halved from the 8.06 billion RMB in 2020. GAC attributes this decrease primarily to the sliding sales and profits of its joint ventures. Although its self-owned brands gained rapid sales growth, the profit margin was limited, as their key models mainly target affordable vehicle markets. This is insufficient to support upward development for the group's overall financial performance, especially after the exit of joint ventures like GAC FCA and GAC Mitsubishi, coupled with sales declines of GAC Honda and GAC Toyota. The concern has been raised about whether GAC's own brand business can sustain the group's revenue growth. Furthermore, GAC Iron's future growth potential in the intelligent electric vehicle market is yet to be proven. As previously mentioned, the Iron brand relied heavily on the ride-hailing market to boost the sales. Despite significant strides in its consumer-focused strategy over the past 2 years, a sustainable portion of its retail sales still comes from the B2B market. According to the registration data compiled by Gasgoo, GAC Iron had about 443,000 vehicles registered last year, of which hyper-branded models accounted for only 3,453 units and 48% of vehicles being non-commercial users. This strong association with the ride-hailing service impacts the brand's image and could pose challenge as the car-hailing market becomes increasingly saturated and competitive. given the ongoing price wars in the automotive industry this year. While companies like BYD has initiated price cuts, the outlook for GAC Iron to maintain sales and profit levels is not optimistic. Following this trend, GAC Iron recently adjusted the price of some of its models. On March 3, it launches the Iron Y Plus Xingyao Edition, priced at 99,800 yuan, bringing the model's starting price below 100,000 yuan. Subsequently, GAC Iron announced price reductions for products like the Iron S Max, Xinhan Edition, and Iron V Plus. Given that automakers such as Wuling, BYD, Chery, Geely, and Changan have all adjusted prices of their harder-selling models, GAC Iron is poised to face heightened pressure. According to the forecast by Gasgoo Auto Research Institute, amidst these challenges, GAC Iron's total sales are expected to be between 400,000 and 450,000 units in 2024. While GAC Iron is striving to evaluate its brand positioning and planning to go public, its overall development progress has been challenging. Since launching its first models, the Hyper GT, in July 2023, the Hyper brand only had 3,453 vehicles registered last year. This indicates that GAC Iron must try harder to realize its high-end dream, especially in the highly competitive market of 200,000 to 300,000 RMB. On the IPO front, GAC Iron's progress has also fallen short of expectations. Previously, Mr. Feng Xingya, GAC Group's general manager, said GAC Iron was expected for public listing in 2023. However, the plan has been delayed, with the IPO shifting focus from China's stock market to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. In early 2024, reports emerged that GAC Iron was gearing up for an IPO in Hong Kong this year, aiming to raise $1 billion. Following a Series A funding round that valued GAC Iron at over 100 billion RMB, a successful IPO would greatly boost the evaluation of GAC Group. This pressing question now is whether GAC Iron can sail through this challenging environment to carve a successful path forward.